Greetings and salutations, my birders, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. Oh, that happened. Interesting. Huh. Well then. I have been messing around with my Restream account to get the chat working, or at least displaying from my end. And it seems like any YouTube comments will be posted onto Twitch now. That's interesting. Well, we'll see how this backfires on me. Until then. Oh, I forgot to change my mark. We're on episode 5, The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. The final case of this game? Question mark? Because this is a 2 games in 1. I didn't realize that The Great Ace Attorney had a sequel. So, yeah, let's see what the Hound of the Baskervilles is. The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. "Look well, Wilson," Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. "For this is the diabolical Hound of the Baskervilles."
Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. And that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country. And in Soseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court. Which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by a fateful telegram. 15th April, 9:13 a.m. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. That morning, I was woken up by an unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susao-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susao-san? Yes? Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me. I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. So shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. Let me see. What case is it today? Ooh, Susasan's lost it. Here we go again. The telegram. So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, but you're not going to get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing. Nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. Ahem. It's just a boring old telegram. That's 3 times now since he's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing. I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. Alright, I understand. So Sasaki-san. I suppose Sasaki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he? Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away. A fortnight ago we had that very long telegram from him. Do you remember? Complaining about seasickness? Complaining of seasickness? You can send telegrams on the boat? Back then? But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? I was just wondering, what might have become of Sasaki-san had he stayed in London? That's all. You mean, as regards Lord Van Zeeks, the Reaper? Yes. I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. The Reaper. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper? Right? Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Sasaki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means that curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps? Even if that's the case, it's low comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean he wields the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely, not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Van Zeeks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Oh? Yes, since Sasaki-san's trial, he's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials then. Ugh, just my luck. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Sorry? What was that about? Wait, what? Sorry, what was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Alright, let's go to Shom Suite, the home and office of the world-famous Great Detective, and his young companion, Iris. It seems people from all over the globe come to engage his consulting detective services. When you're ready, let's go downstairs for breakfast. 15th April, Shom Suite. morning, Luno. Morning, Susie. Dear God, my ears. Good morning, Iris. Iris? What is it, Luno? What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled. Ah, yes. You noticed that, did you? Hallie isn't in the best form this morning, it seems. Hello. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Good morning. Good morning to die, perhaps. Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. Damn this blanched existence! That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, Iris, is it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me. If it's not too much if it's not too much trouble. Oh look! It's Wagahai! Do you know that? Good morning, boy. That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. But how'd they get there? Well then, everyone. Time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. It would indeed be a fine day to die. I knew something looked different. Something's missing from Mr. Sholmes' desk. His hat? Look at Mr. Sholmes' desk. It's completely clear. Isn't that enormous machine usually on it? We can never hope to understand what goes on in the great detective's mind, Mr. Naruto. Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite. That's scarily plausible, actually. There's all sorts on these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help feeling that the whole lot is going to topple at any moment. Oh, it's such a charmingly untidy collection of paraphernalia, isn't it? It just looks messy to me. Like my desk! But you, Mr. Naruto, must learn to tidy up after yourself. No favoritism here, then. Or there, then. The fire's burning comfortably in the grate again today. It's a very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi somehow. Oh, look at that photographic print of a lady displayed on the mantelpiece. Could it be? Yes, it must be. It's the woman. Oh, how exciting. Is that supposed to mean something to me? The woman? Why was that achievement? These are all the mementos of Mr. Sholmes' past cases, I think. If he'd been involved in my case, I wonder if the beefsteak from La Carnival would be on display here.
A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing men, a bust of Napoleon. Ah, what an entrancing collection.
It looks like an untidy, well, it looks like an untidy assortment of junk to me. Rather like what's on my own shelves.
Well, you really ought to learn to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruhodo.
No favoritism there at all. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently. But there's paper already set up in the typewriter. Look, look, as if she's about to start.
That reminds me, when I mentioned that Iris was in the process of writing a full-fledged novel, Mr. Natsume was most impressed.
Ah yes, Mr. Natsume.
That's what I'll be doing too, once I'm back in Japan, he said, through tightly clenched fists and teeth.
This is where Iris notes down ideas, isn't it? Let's see, what does it say today? Ah! The Boscombe Valley Mystery.
Oh, how intriguing! It must be the title of Iris' latest work. Oh my, I wonder what fantastic tale awaits us.
Kusao-san looks like an angel. I bet she's dreaming of the most unsavory crime you could imagine. Okay, so I guess that means Naruhodo actually is like attracted to her. Iris' beautiful tea set is there on the table as usual. A cup of one of her special herbal blends always helps me relax when I'm feeling the strain.
The English pastime of tea has many similarities with our own tea ceremony customs, don't you think? The idea of hospitality behind it. It's the idea of hospitality behind it. That's the essence of tea.
That's a charming little white shelf, and full of charming little balls too. But the contents of them aren't quite so charming, it seems.
Science is the future, Mr. Naruhodo. You can't deny it. I'm saving my money so I can buy some chemistry apparatus as well.
Law, chemistry, takedown throws. What diverse skills you boast, Mr. Sato.
As useful as they are, I'm not sure that my throwing skills are worthy of inclusion in that list.
Wagahai. Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled in to his new home then.
Oh yes, and I've become very attached to little Waggy. It would appear his previous owner has completely forgotten about him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. The mews are as empty as the hearts of the muses. The muse as empty as the hearts of the muses. If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place.
I expect he would have taken him if he could. Pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience.
And for good reason.
Wait, no, that's right.
And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable.
Yes, he really is. Oh yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from?
Oh, you noticed. You are observant, Runo. Look, I use this. It's my latest invention.
What? What is that?
I call it the cat flapomatic. Cat flapomat. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats. That's right. It can make a cat flap for a little furry friend, like Waggy and Steckens. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what what's made of. It's very powerful, you see.
Would it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap?
Well, yes, maybe. But now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, artist.
She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Mr. Natsumi's cat seems to have Oh, I pressed A against B. Whoops. Wanting to die. You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What happened?
It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its melodic sonnet tones would make flowers bloom.
It would?
But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? For hours, I have bowed. For days even. Through the night I have endeavored to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone, gone forever. No more shadows of unbridled emotion. Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley?
Don't worry, I'm sure we'll come back to you in time.
Heed my words, Mr. Naruto. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man, the next, they unmercifully withdraw it.
Oh, dear.
Why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin from me, what is left? For pity's sake, what is left?
Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? The missing machine.
Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but your desk looks rather empty today. Ah, well done, Miss Tutaro. Your observational skills do you credit. Oh, no, Mrs. Sholmes. They pale to insignificance when compared to yours.
You struggle not to notice, wouldn't you?
You mean Hurley's great analytoscope? That's at Windy Banks now.
Sorry? Is that a windy bank?
No, Windy Banks. The pawnbrokery. Pawn? What?
You mean you pawned that enormous machine of yours?
It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservedly. But isn't it very important? Isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us. If your situation had become so desperate, I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you. Dear Madame, things are far from desperate. But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate? Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, London, I assure you.
It is? It doesn't sound ordinary to me at all.
It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works.
Oh. What's to understand exactly? How pawnbroking works? What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works?
To the people of London, pawnbrokers are akin to banks. Banks? On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week. And then on Saturdays, they go to recover the things using the money they have earned. I've had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see, especially people in London. And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise. Oh, how ingenious. So, whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we live at Windy Banks, you see. A pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault.
Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain?
Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley? What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. Oh! What was that?
Waka hi?
What was that? Oh no! Wakahai's tangled up in your violin. I think he thinks it's a toy.
No! What's he doing to it?
Oh dear. Mr. Sholmes' precious violin. Why should I care?
What?
I shouldn't be surprised.
I'm not.
I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now. Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he? Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives, shall I, Hurley?
Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. Ah. Ooh, plus. Oh. So this is the violin, is it?
It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari.
Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me.
I happened to upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings.
How honorable of you.
And until today, it has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there a reason to live in a world devoid of music to tolerate this balanced existence? No! There is none. Mr. Sholmes? What, my dear madame, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine. Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think?
What do you mean, Miss Susato?
Oh, Susie's right. Yes. The tone of the wood is completely different. And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before.
Wait, it's not even the right size, is it?
What's this? I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Then, what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola. What?
There's a difference? Caught me surprised.
Mrs. Sholmes, are you alright? You're right. You're quite right. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So what? Pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam?
Not your faithful performing partner, then.
I see what must have happened.
You do, Iris?
This is just a simple mix-up.
It sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what happened if we ask her. What mix-up? What do you mean by a mix-up, Iris?
Well, you see, this this viola, I mean. Was at Winterbank Center last week. At the pawnbrokers?
Not Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner.
They're the proverb from the East, with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. Yes, indeed.
So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth?
Oh, what a wonderful idea. Last week, I pawned my great endoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear Mr. Windybank mistakenly furnished me with the tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of lumber.
No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings.
Pshaw! A fine state of affairs this is. And why I always say, Mrs. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time. But earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbroker as an extremely secure vault. Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Your yelling will get you nowhere.
Sorry?
Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect? Freshing your coffee so obtusely? Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, concerning the urgency with which we are faced?
I don't think how this is my problem.
We must visit Mr. Windybank's brokery at once. Isn't that right, Mr. Sholmes? Precisely, Mr. Susato. Without a moment's delay.
But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs!
My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to fresh your eggs ever more obtusely.
Alright, say no more. Let's go then.
Don't worry, Bruno. I'd be happy to heat it up for you again later.
Oh, hey Gars. As it happens, I am rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker looks like. Baker Street, a bustling London street, on which can be found Mrs. Sholmes' office and Windybank's pawnbrokery. There's a large park nearby too. Pawnbroker's shop on Baker Street. Mr. Sholmes is a regular, it seems. April 15th, Windy Banks Pawnbrokery. So this is a British pawnbrokery.
Oh my! There are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I'd never laid my eyes on before.
Ah, Susao-san. And that spark of wonder in your eyes, you can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I got the impression you enjoy places like this.
Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me. My dear fellows, let's not forget why we are here. Oh, Mrs. Jones. We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure.
Whoa, you just punched Mr. Southern. And clearly Mr. Jones means business, too, judging from the sparks of fury in his eyes. Oh, Mrs. Jones, sir. Welcome back.
Did you hear that brazen welcome?
Well, yes, we are potential customers after all.
We are just disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruto, and it's time to inform Mr. Windybank of our ire.
Come, the fight is afoot. The violin.
Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago.
Oh, yes.
This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windybank. The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it. It's not even the same size. A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm so very sorry. I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. Run away! Oh my god, he's got... I shall have to take my own life.
I don't think that would be necessary. Do you?
If I may just say one thing before I pop off.
Ah, yes?
It was you, Sir Jones, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe.
Sorry?
As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin. When I heard here it is.
You did?
And when I turned to convert you, when I turned to controvert you, you had taken the viola and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me.
No, stop, my dear fellow. The fault is mine. Phew. It would appear that the fight is over. I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windybank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy.
Well, it wouldn't be Sherlock Holmes without that. Questionable disposition now, would it?
Haha, I do believe you might be right, sir. Ah ha 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 ha!
It's either laugh or cry, I suppose. You are, if it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I need to remind you of the particular collection of items you brought through my door in the past.
Oh? Particular items?
In the extreme, ma'am, for example, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Sherlock Holmes, or some such.
Oh my, a new, full-fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I have yet to read, you mean?
Ah! Forgive me!
Wait, before you die, you must tell me more!
The unpublished story.
I must know more. Tell me everything.
Wow, Sasan is really fired up now.
Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof?
Okay, I got it. Took my... Man, I can't believe there's a story mode where it just lets you watch the game. That's wild. Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see.
I should like to entrust this to you, to your care for a while, Mr. Windybank.
For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir. Not a farthing more.
It houses something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventures of one Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
I beg your pardon? A manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript?
Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be safe, quite safe here.
And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this?
I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely.
Of course, sir. Of course. They are safe. They are safe and sound with me. I assure you, on my life. This is all very strange. The pawnbrokery. I wonder, can I ask you something? Ah, a gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, the sable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it? Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull. Sorry? Ah, but for your splendid attire, ma'am. 5 guineas, no less. The colors are exquisite, the design exotic. Eastern archery at its finest, I may say.
Oh my, 5 guineas you say? How interesting.
Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London. Yes, sir, indeed. Many of our customers utilize the establishment as you describe. I appraise our items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure storage. If, in that time, they repay the original sum to me, plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned.
But what happens if they don't pay you the money?
Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me.
So you never sell items before the 2 months has passed, then?
That's right, ma'am. That's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer purchase belongs be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all.
The very idea, Mr. Windybank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually.
Says the man who was telling us all it was. Wow. Says the man who was telling us all it was a good day to die only this morning.
And let's not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure that such a tragedy never occurs.
Oh, what sort of measures?
I engineer a simple device, which Mr. Windybank has installed here in his shop. I call it the red-handed recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Windybank?
What was that deep sigh about? The red-handed recorder. What on earth is a red-handed recorder?
Use your eyes, my dear fellow.
There are two just below the ceiling. I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device. Very astute. Quite astute. It is indeed a camera, furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here, I have an example I can show you. Ah yes, a print from the camera set to record the activity at the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive, it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness. Really? That's extraordinary. Yes, yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it, look. As you see, were someone to enter the premise with ill intent, the day would be summarily exposed. But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals? Indeed, as you say, my dear madame. Then what if the incident were to occur in between times? One can only say that would be a cruel twist of fate. I must confess, your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late. I beg your pardon, Mr. Winniebank. Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cause of film, sir. You must graciously place not one, but 2 cameras in my shop after all. Which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbroker, you know? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh, heaven help us! Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin. Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Winniebank. Perhaps this might mark the end of the particular items you try to pop, Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer. I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not. Sorry? I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed. That's not really what I meant. Good day to you then, Mr. Winniebank. It's been a pleasure, as always, Mr. Sholmes. So, Mr. Naruto, now we can explore at last. What an assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks, and watches. Almost anything you care to imagine. Those are forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker. What does that really mean, though? When you pawn, or colloquially pop, an item, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in his shop for sale, at a price of his choosing. Oh, yes. Now you've explained it, I'm noticing little price tags on everything. Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. My treasured university uniform? Never! It embodies my student spirit. There seems to be a little door hidden behind that curtain there. That leads to the storage room, where Mr. Winniebank keeps articles that are currently in pawn. Ah, I see.
There's nothing of particular interest inside. I certainly wouldn't recommend a larcenous activity.
Recommend or not, it's not something I tend to do.
There should be but one key, and Mr. Winnybag keeps it in his pocket at all times. Before he sleeps, he places it in a small pot, which he slides under his pillow.
How on earth do you know about that, Mr. Sholmes?
I am a detective, sir. It is my business to know what others do not. I am frequently assailed by information that I neither care for nor wish to retain. Mr. Sholmes, you are a wonder.
And the prime suspect of this pawnbrokery is ever burgled.
Look at that enormous ledger open on the counter there. Mr. Winnybag is, if nothing else, very particular about recording the items he accepts.
He'd have to be, otherwise he'd get himself in all sorts of trouble. Which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger. This revolver here.
Do not entertain even a single thought of pilfering an article herein, my dear fellow. Huh? I assure you, Mr. Winnybag would not hesitate to draw that weapon, with a speed belying his portly size. Oh, you don't mean he'd blow his brains out? Indeed, and recommends for his blunder. Oh my. But in any case, of course we would never do such a thing. How could you even suggest it? Look at this! What could this lovely big shiny box be? That, my dear madame, is the music box. Surely you have such things in your own country. Oh my! Yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before. Shall we listen a while? What a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels.
I've never heard anything like it before in my life.
This particular specimen is of the larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There is a metal disc inside, on which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played. My goodness, what a simply delightful machine. Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course. Science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace.
Where are you? Is that a tiny TV? Or a large TV? Large tiny TV?
Now, what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does?
It seems to have two little windows for looking through.
Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you are looking at is a stereoscope. A stereoscope. Fascinating. It is aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself. Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me for a moment while I just have a look. Just before you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, you need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today. Alright then, I'm going to try it. Ah! Mr. Naruto, you must see, at once.
Alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose. Hey, it's the maid. What the? I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it.
Yes, the sense of death is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them. Wow! Why are people meddling with such black magic? It is no magic, my dear madame. It is, well, far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day. Oh. Three globes of gold. Is that some sort of charm? Dear me, have you not seen that sign before?
No, never.
3 golden balls are, in Great Britain at least, the usual sign of a pawnbrokery. There are more than 700 of such establishments in the capital, all showing the same sign.
Oh, I see.
I had not imagined your ignorance was so profound. Oh, well, what is the significance of the 3 golden balls then? Does it have some special meaning? That is entirely unimportant here, dear madame. Irrelevant even.
You mean you don't know? It's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th April. Today's date. Yes! It is not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date.
The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Winniebank.
And who was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before? Well, when the agreed storage period has passed without repayment, the articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say.
Oh, yes. I can see you're very dedicated to your job.
I think we're done here. Let's go to Bigger Street. No, we're not. Huh, where'd Ash go? I wonder if she's looking for a manuscript. What to do?
Can it really be that we've been in Great Britain for 2 months already?
Yes, it's gone by in a flash, hasn't it?
And what an English gentleman
You trailed off there, Susasan.
I'm so sorry. When I thought it through, I realized it's not at all true, actually. I generally don't feel any Britishness has really rubbed off on you.
Nor you, to be honest.
Well, that's obviously because...
Yes, I know. Without a doubt, it's your kimono. It most certainly stands out.
I do adore the attire of English ladies. It's quite delightful. But somehow, I just don't feel ready to abandon my Japanese dress yet.
I wonder how Susasan would look in Western clothes. That would be interesting to see. So there's something left in the pawnbroker. Oh, they actually noticed.
Look at this. Whatever could it be used for?
I have no idea.
Ah. There's a small catch here. Look. There's a small catch just here. Look.
We're going to open it, aren't we? Is it an aquarium? Is it a portable camera?
Oh my, that's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism.
Which we'll never manage to put back to the way it was before.
What are you two doing?
What? Us? Nothing. No, nothing at all. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. Oh, I guess the... What? Well, the tuppence for it? That ain't fair, and you know it. This article is barely This article is barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more. Sounds like there's an argument brewing over by the counter. Come on, that can't be right. Have you even had a proper butcher at it? I've seen all I need to see, young girl. Oh. Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her.
Oh yes, it's a young lady from Mr. McGilda's trial 2 months ago.
Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She is a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving peoples of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. Martin Bennett, you lot! How do you still have that?
Hello, Mr. Lestrade. I hope you've been well.
Eh? What? You remember me then, do ya? Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. So, what are you lot doing in here?
Down and out, like the rest of us. Nothing to eat. Come to pop that black weasel. Coat, have ya?
What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it?
Ah, good day, unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Hack! Ugh!
Mr. Sholmes! So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Now let me see the article, and I shall negotiate with Mr. Windybank on your behalf. Pull the other one! I don't need help from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business! Go on! I'll make trouble for ya! As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence.
He's really done it. He's gone. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for a negotiation here. What is that thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc?
And you! Go on! Leave me out! Leave me alone! Oh, Miss Lestrade, you just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest.
Zoltan can really stand her ground when she wants to.
Whatever.
Pawnbroker's customer. Somehow, I didn't really think you were the sort of person who would use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade.
Yeah, well I am, alright. I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. That's a problem, is it?
No, not at all. It's just that, well...
Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got it on the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I see it written all over your Chevy Chase.
Well, might have been thinking something along those lines.
You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Alright then, I'm just going to come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things you steal from other people?
Well, I don't know how best to answer that, really. Suppose. Sometimes. You're not going to deny it either, Mr. Lestrade? But not this time, alright? I swear, that thing belongs to me.
The disc that Mr. Windibank is holding? Perhaps we should see what he has to say about that. About all this. Miss Lestrade's disc.
Mr. Windibank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
Ah, this is a music disc you see, used for use inside a music box. A music box? What? You don't even know what a music box is. You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh? I know what a music box is. I've just never seen one of these discs before. The small protrusions on the metal disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going, and beautiful music plays.
That's so incredible. Tell us, what tune is on this disc?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box you see. British made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this was made for. Ah, I see. And that's it. That's it in a nutshell. I won't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should. Penny.
That's a pack of lies. He told me. He told me he did. He said it was, well...
He? Who?
Never you mind. It just ain't right. That's all. That's worth good money. I know it is.
Well, then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you?
Ag!
Gina Lestrade. She's been in before, of course. This little tatterdemalion. I see. And brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add.
Dubious! What you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me.
So, is there something dubious about this disc he brought in today? Well, if only it were that simple. Sorry? What do you mean? What she actually brought in was a storage ticket.
Ah, a storage ticket. So, Mr. Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has lots of stuff what needs storing.
Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious. The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But as she gave me the ticket for it, and repaid both the loan and the interest, I was obliged to return the article to her.
But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windibank.
The little scamp is worrying, ma'am. It's the overcoat that she redeemed.
Oh. What? What's wrong with that? It fits, doesn't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does. So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all this?
Ah, this is something else. A new article to pawn, if the girl and I can agree to a price. Can't agree a price. I'm confused. I thought you said Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say. And for this heavy black overcoat, which you returned to her care, as I understood it. That's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets. Oh, you mean... What?
Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady? Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
If you mean this, then yes, exactly, ma'am.
And she immediately tried to pawn it.
For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think.
Give up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me.
It really doesn't... It doesn't really appear to be your size.
Me, old man. It's me, old man, ain't it? Is it Miss Lestrade?
Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious. Oh, my desk. Oh god. Out of my way, please. Oh, it's a hoity-toity type. Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen.
What's your problem, eh?
There is no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I've a matter to discuss with the proprietor. Speak wagon? And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve.
Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line.
Well, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket.
Eh? Who are you? How do you know who I am?
The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy to even remember the faces of your victims, it seems.
What? You mean I? From you?
Broker! Yes, sir. I believe this filthy pocket thief just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes. The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
Oh my. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you rascal. And needless to say, any music box disc, too.
No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's, or it was. Now it's mine. Goodness, Mr. Naruto. This is a very awkward situation.
Yes. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. The gentleman's accusations.
Mr. Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying? What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before.
Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought here just now.
No, I swear it. I swear to God.
It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business, when this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets. Yet again? Pickpockets is like a big fear of mine. Oh yes, as you can see, I am a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time I've been targeted by these backslum scoundrels. Now then, relinquish my overcoat. Yeah. Come along now, Mr. Lestrade. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police.
Hold on. Why do I think it's me? Just look at this tiny cove, and you think I'm the dodgy one.
I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you.
Well, what about evidence? Yeah? Where's your evidence that I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it.
Oh, I have evidence. Naturally.
You what?
The evidence. Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman.
Of course. We only need to consult Mr. Windybank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place.
Yes, brilliant. Oh, I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh,
I never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine.
but why not?
Well now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity.
Yes, I see. But then, how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it?
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir, might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Of course, it's... Professor! Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article. Without doubt. A watchword? Interesting. Why did he ask her the watchword first? So, about these watchwords, Mr. Windybank. Just as I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why certain customers would like to keep their activities secret. That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it?
Great detectives have no dark secrets. None at all.
Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. The date of deposit, a description, and a watchword. Uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword. And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article? That's right, sir. Yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. And I have supplied you with the information you required already, but for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago on the 15th February, with the watchword of Professor. Oh, perfectly correct information, sir.
But how?
Really, this is beyond a joke now. There is no further room for doubt.
Yeah.
Did she know the watchword? They didn't establish that fact. Why would he give her the coat then? The picture postcard gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you? One would expect to inquire to introduce one would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you.
Oh, sorry, yes. We're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here.
Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place.
Man, is he actually Speedwagon? Because he's JoJo posing like crazy.
Its inhabitants live on some fiery brown colored soup, dressed up with exotic spices.
You might be thinking of somewhere else. And what was that theatrical gesticulation about?
Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first, before inquiring after the name of another.
Of course, yes. I'm Rinosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really. My name is Tsusaru Mukutoba. I am Mr. Naruhodo's assistant.
I see. My name is Benedict. Yes, Eggart Benedict.
Really?
Enchanté.
He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks. But that name is suspicious.
Now, to the matter at hand. My overcoat, return it at once, to someone with the style to carry it off.
Yeah. Every move he makes, every blast he takes, I can't stand watching him.
So, let that be the end of to the matter. And thank you for your custom.
I guess that was the phrasing back in the day.
And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggert Benedict, sir. With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back.
This is why I ate grown-ups. Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar.
And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker. But of course, sir, here's the disc for you. Just this one. Pardon, sir. I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another.
Another disc?
Oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that what was deposited with me was merely overcoat. That this happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. So, gentleling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, aren't you?
So too, eh? I don't know nothing about it.
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute, not this. It's mine.
What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal.
Oh my. Yes, there's blood in this. It's because of all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them. I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me, old man. So you're not having it. Oh, you take it. Me? If I hang on to it, they'll have it off me again. So you keep hold of it. Miss Lestrade, why is this so important to her? The music box disc has been entered to the court record. A metal disc used to play music in a mechanical music box. The piece of music, which remains unidentified, is stored on the disc by means of small protrusions.
You there, in the black livery. Hand this to me at once, please.
No, don't! He's lying! Grown-ups are all liars!
What do I do now? How am I going to resolve this? Run away! Run away! Probably not. Mr. Waynebank is clearly at a loss here. We have to do something about this before he reaches for that revolver of his. Wow, Miss Lestrade is really looking daggers at that mysterious gentleman. We need to do something to calm down before she loses control and attacks him again. Look at those piercing eyes. They're beautiful. He's clearly in no mood to talk. We have to do something quickly before this mysterious gentleman leaves to fetch the police or something. Well, Mr. Sholmes? Mr. Sholmes? Why are you examining with such keen interest there? Are you enjoying a bar of caramel, I see? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see.
So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo.
Sorry?
After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. Really ostracized, as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, the 7% solution of caramel. Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Miss Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely.
Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know?
Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered.
You really were sad, weren't you?
Poor Mrs. Sholmes, I feel simply awful for you. It would seem that my inference are correct. Oh, surely you are not about to tell us that you solved the entire case once again? My dear madame, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized? How much can I pawn it for?
It seems Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration, but who knows if it will help to resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? Well, we gotta listen to the deduction.
Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament. Where in the blue blazes have you been, eh? Pardon? When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away, not an hour later.
Harsh. And who, pray tell, are you?
Mr. Eggert Benedict, you have, in my eyes, a very encyclopedic array of curiosities about your persons. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn.
I beg your pardon.
The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation, one you will orchestrate, with intentions to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions?
How? He's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg.
It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction.
Just who do you think you are?
Ah yes, as I hoped. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. So, shall we begin? The time's come for yet another Herlock Sholmes Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
The Great Deduction!
The game is afoot. Topic 1. Mystery Man's aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured through this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. That piece of paper in your hand is the staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would have realized that a man of your appearance has no need of such employee. In other words, there's some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, which you unwittingly clutched to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction.
What utter rot! I've had this cane for years.
A contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing for a rule. The end of any walking cane would be terminal with the end of any walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. And yet, detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there's only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? In your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitated the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what's the truth behind this rod you bear? Oh. Hello. I can't read your name because it's Japanese, but hello! Welcome! Yes, your action betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle? Mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod. It's the broken handle of a shovel.
Are you insane?
And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. The true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premise. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime.
Conclusion. To tunnel underneath the pawnbrokery.
Topic 2. Great crime. Now, Mr. Benedict, let's continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have been planning.
This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath the pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Say Save for such fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? When it comes to Ace Attorney of Japan, Harlock becomes Sherlock Holmes. Indeed.
Oh, but there is ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict.
I don't know why my chat box is not working yet. That's annoying.
And as your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped.
What?
Let's consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath this floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. This layer gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewage works, beneath the shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road.
This madness has entered the sewers now, has it?
By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway that flows in very close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite.
What are you?
In summary, sir, you devise a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels.
Master plan?
Which brings us, at last, to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank?
Are you quite serious?
Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know.
A postcard of the Great Exhibition? I'm afraid you've quite lost me.
Currently, in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. And the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank, on the other side of this road.
Pardon?
Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of the bank, the special reserve funds for the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please.
Conclusion. To steal the Great Exhibition's reserve funds.
Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this pawn-brokering puzzle.
Mr. Sholmes?
Well, Mr. Alhado, an personally upbeat deduction for a detective wracked with loneliness. Would you agree? Would you not agree?
Was it true what you said about the bank over the road and why it hasn't its vault?
Indeed, though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me in the strictest confidence. But you just announced it to everyone here, rather loudly in fact. Ah.
And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it?
There can only be one explanation for that. Clearly it's because the man's a criminal. But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he's a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secrets. Oh.
Or, if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windabank will. He already has plenty of shovels here, after all. Oh my life! I assure you I'm not so unscrupulous.
Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost care. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out.
Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes.
An excellent idea, Mr. Naruto. An excellent idea. Ah ha 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 ha! Well then, Mr. Naruto, you know what to do, I'm sure.
Yes, let's listen to that great deduction again and see if we can massage it into shape.
Very well then. Let's start once more from the beginning.
Of Herlock Sholmes, magnificent, logic and reasoning, spectacular. Course correction!
What was it, Mr. Sholmes?
Topic 1. Mystery Man's aims. First of all, you must... I really just want to skip through all this. First of all, you must ask yourself on what business you ventured into this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what you brought to the shop in the first place is a staff recruitment flyer. By Mr. Sholmes' reasoning, Mr. Bandit came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor.
Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he?
No. I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is, where? And what did Mr. Benedict hear at this particular point? Wait, what? Oh, wait. The question is, where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? His hat? That silk top hat is whiter than white. Only an English gentleman could hope to carry off something so bright.
But it looks so gorgeous with the black overcoat, don't you think?
Perhaps it's the latest London fashion. I mean, that's just guesswork, of course.
How about it, Miss Naruto? I think you'd look very fetching in a white top hat.
Well, you know, I think I might look rather courageous with my black university uniform, so... That's a proper English gentleman's cane, isn't it? Look at that beautifully polished brass on the handle.
Yes, but Mr. Sholmes is right. It's not the sort of handle you usually see on a cane.
Perhaps it's the latest London fashion. I mean, that's just guesswork, of course.
Perhaps you could adopt a cane, Mr. Naruto. It might rather suit you.
Wow, hey. That was there. I have a feeling it might argue with the sword around my waist.
It certainly is a flyer for Mr. Windybank's shop.
Let's see. Windybanks wants you. Pawnbroker's assistant required. It's an eye-catching advertisement, that's for sure.
I've seen the same flyer up here inside the shop, I think. Perhaps Mr. Windybank is always in need of more staff.
So Mr. Bandit came here to apply for a job? That's just too hard to believe. Egad, there's something going behind it.
Oh! Look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here.
I don't believe it.
What's it?
Listen to what it says. Name, Dean Lestrade. Height, 5'2". Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade.
Goodness!
There's even a sketch of her, hat and all. Though, if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure.
And look, the details of this shop has been written down here too. Winterbank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street. Redemption deadline, April 15th.
Which is today's date.
Why would Mr. Bandit have all that information scrawled on the back of that piece of paper?
Take that!
Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade.
Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing in the sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertains to the pickpocket, Miss Lestrade, and to Mr. Winterbank's pawnbrokery here.
Oh! You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you.
But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie.
It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today. By which I mean, here to Winterbank's pawnbrokery, and today, the redemption deadline of that overcoat.
So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, which you unwittingly clutch to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction.
What utter rot! I've had this cane for years.
The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule.
What's a ferrule?
It's the metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo.
Ah, the bit that makes the nice clacking sound on the pavement?
Yes, exactly. And Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane.
But it doesn't actually look broken, does it?
No, it doesn't. Though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious.
In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Bandit would rather we don't know. Look here, Mr. Sato. There's some letters on the handle.
Yes, it must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their name.
So Herlock Sholmes would be HS, you mean?
That's right. And initials on this cane, obviously. Oh.
AG? Why does it feel as though that's not quite right? The end of this cane is just bare wood.
Yes, and according to Mr. Sholmes' deduction, this is where the shovel blade would have been attached.
Couldn't it just be that the tip fell off?
I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, but I couldn't possibly speculate.
The hat. As stylish as it no doubt is, I don't think this white top hat suits the man, do you?
No, not at all.
The more I look at it, the more something strikes me as suspicious about it.
I think perhaps it's not so much that it strikes you as suspicious, but rather the hat is just striking.
I suppose you're probably right. Perhaps the hat isn't what we're looking for. Well, the only thing I can call is the initials.
Take that!
The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing.
A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Egbert Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet, in the most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. An incontrovertible contradiction. Indeed, would you not agree?
No, you're wrong. This cane isn't. You said before that you'd had that cane for years. Grr. So don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park.
In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. You recall, sir? Is something wrong? And in your recalling, you inadvertently felicitated the answer to the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle you see.
Let's consider the bare bones of what's happening here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat, and now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him.
But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description, which suggests that everything he's told us is untrue.
So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Well, I feel bad for Miss Lestrade. This probably will keep her warm for years to come.
Oh! Oh, the seam on the shoulder is coming apart. Look!
So it is.
Do you know, a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said, I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. It sounded like a tiny growl. But now I think it was probably the sound of the seam ripping open.
If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. The sleeves are stretched to bursting, and he wouldn't have a hope of fastening it at the front. If he were to run around it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart.
That I'd like to see.
Sorry?
So how can we make Mr. Benedict run around?
She's really giving this some thought.
Take that!
The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see.
Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit.
Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart.
My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you boldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket.
Oh!
This catalog of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To seal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Winniebank.
Ugh!
But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed.
Conclusion. To abscond with a redeemed item. Topic number 2. Great crime.
Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning.
This is utterly absurd. You suggest I, a gentleman, designed to wheeze a flitch of some tawdry article pawnage. Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner, using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place, how could I possibly have known the relevant details? N'est-ce pas?
Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped.
What?
Let's consider how one might have come to learn a secret watchword relating to the pawn property of another. The method is revealed by the council notice on the counter, to which your eyes were invariably drawn. The direction of deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think.
Yes, no more talk of tunneling into the sewers.
Which is a pity, because it all sounded rather exciting.
Well, anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman didn't know the watchword.
Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Winniebank would never allow you to redeem the article.
Or looking at it another way, if you did know the word, Mr. Winniebank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? Look at this, Mr. Sao.
Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Winniebank had scribbled to himself.
Let's see, what does it say? Oh, Professor! Wait, is it just saying that? Mr. Winniebank must make a note of the watchwords his customers give him, right before their eyes. And in an alarming clear script as well.
Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see?
Well then.
Take that!
The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter, to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn.
Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for the watchword, and notes down the response uttered on the notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question.
I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. But his diligence clearly has its advantages. What are you talking about?
It is increasingly apparent that you were present in this shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade.
In all likelihood, you followed her inside, and then observed her talking to Mr. Winniebank.
When the diligent broker made a note of the watchword, as is his common practice,
You observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger.
And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawn article from the young Miss Lestrade.
Master plan!
Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker?
Are you quite serious?
For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had a very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know.
The articles we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc that was in one of the pockets.
Which, according to Mr. Winniebank, isn't even worth a penny. Yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo. Could we? Really? I'd better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected so far.
I mean, the music.
Take that!
He wants the music does. What?
What particularly contrived logic led you to this modest conclusion?
Oh, well, it's supposed to be a logical and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show. Okay, nope. Same one every time. This man has used some fairly high-handed measures to try to get his hands on the overcoat and this.
He certainly doesn't want either of them for their monetary value, though. Still, they must be of value somehow, to someone.
This is the last piece of the puzzle. I better have another look through the evidence and see if there's any clues hiding. Oh, I guess I can observe it. It's probably on the other side. Of course.
Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck on the reverse side of this. Look, and a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. For McGilded.
McGilded?
It couldn't be. But it is, Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget, for as long as I live. But why? Why is his name on this?
Take that!
You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know. What's that on the back?
It reads, for McGilded.
Ugh.
Mr. Magnus McGilded. The unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, through his loan-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate?
Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature. In fact, he was precisely the right size for that overcoat that you squeezed yourself into. Oh!
Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggert Benedict. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today was to retrieve an article left behind by the late
Magnus McGilded. Ugh! Conclusion. To acquire an item deposited by Mr. McGilded. Deduction complete.
elementary. Well, Mr. Magnus McGilded.
And I think I'm gonna stop there for today. Interesting. So this case wraps back around to the first, or the third, I guess. We'll finally reach the conclusion, I suppose. Who really killed Mr. Magnus McGilded? And the hat maker, I guess. Or the brickmaker. Hat maker's fine. But until then, thank you everyone who joined me today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye! Same bad time, same bad channel.